Welcome to No Fear Food. I found this really cool cast iron summer 2019 version of Taste of Home magazine. And when I look at recipes, I look at them and try to make them allergy friendly. So today I'm going to show you how to make homemade French fries out of russet potatoes and sweet potatoes. So I'm going to be using organic russet potatoes and some organic sweet potatoes here. And I'm also going to be using some granulated garlic and ground pepper and salt for the seasoning. And I'll need a bowl of ice water and my, of course, cast iron skillet and some light olive oil. We're not really going to be frying the potatoes. We're going to be just browning them in the skillet on the stove top, and then moving them to the oven, which I'll have preheated to 400 degrees. And we're just going to brown the potatoes in the skillet. So they're going to be a little bit healthier because they're not fried. But we're going to brown them to make sure we get that French fry look to them before we stick them in the oven. First I peel the potato, and this is the way that I cut the potatoes to make it easier on myself. I'm just cutting straight through like this, making my thin slices this way first, while I kind of hold the potato together. Then I lay the pieces out. And this is where I'm going to make the fries out of the slices. So just my little trick for cutting potatoes. Of course, you can make them any way that you like, but this is just easier for me. And here I make my French fries out of this as thin as you like, and then I throw them into some prepared ice water with some salt. And you're supposed to keep them in there for about 20 to 30 minutes in the ice water before we throw them into the skillet. For the sweet potatoes, I'm going to cut them the same way, but I won't put them in the salted ice water afterwards. When you take the potatoes out of the ice bath, you need to dry them so that when you're putting the fries into the skillet, the oil doesn't splatter up. So I'm going to dry them off, pat them dry. I put them on paper towel in a tray. I'll be making one batch of the fries. This is my first batch of fries. I'm putting them in the oil. I've got it on like a medium-low heat, and I have the oil hot enough, and then as you see, because I patted them dry, the oil's not splattering up as I put the fries in. And I'm just going to brown these pretty much. I'm going to cook them. They've been sliced pretty thin, so they should brown up pretty quickly, and I have the oven preheated to 400. So we're just going to stir them every now and then so that they kind of get brown on each side and they cook a little bit through. Okay, once I've got this pan, as filled as I want it to be, and I've now stirred them a little just to coat them all with the oil, now I'm going to add my seasonings. So I'm going to add some garlic powder. I'm going to add some salt, a little bit of pepper. I'm going to stir that around in a minute. And you can add other seasonings that you like. I actually have some fresh oregano from my garden that I chopped up, and I'm going to be throwing in some of that. This would be really nice on the sweet potatoes as well. So I'm going to be sort of a handful of fresh oregano. And stir that around. Yum, smells great. And as you can see, they're already starting to cook a little. I'm going to just keep stirring them until I see there's a little bit of brown showing up on one of these already. So when they all get a little brown, that's when I'm going to show you at what point at that point we're going to put them in the oven. The one thing I wanted to mention about when you're working with cast iron skillet is you really should heat the pan up a little bit before you add the oil. So I'm just going to heat this pan a little bit, and I did do that one for this skillet before I showed it to you. And these fries are still getting a little brown. It's coming close to the time I'm going to be putting them in the oven, but I just spread them out so they can get a little brown in the bottoms. Okay, so I'm going to be adding a little bit of oil, because in that pan I'm going to be adding some of the sweet potatoes, so we'll have both of the potatoes cooking at the same time. So now my skillet's a bit hot, and now I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of the oil. Again, light olive oil. And I'm going to be putting my sweet potatoes in. Okay, so now I've heated up my oil a little bit in the pan as well. And I'm going to be putting some of my sweet potato fries in this skillet here into that heated oil. And I'm softening them up a little bit, and then I'm going to be putting those in the oven as well. I'm going to be, now that I had enough, as much as I want in this pan, I'm going to stir them up. Then I'm going to be seasoning them. I'm going to use the same seasonings as I did for the potatoes. So you just have to be careful when you're stirring these around that you don't break them, because you don't want to turn your potatoes into mush. So as you can see, these are about as brown as I really want to kind of get them. Just slightly browner on the edges, some of them. And it's been about, I would say, 10 to 15 minutes it took to get to this, because I have it on a very low heat. Putting them a little on the stovetop to cut the cooking time down that we're going to have in the oven. And then in the oven, we're going to have them probably going to be in there in this skillet. The oven's been preheated to 400 degrees, so we're going to keep them in this skillet, and we're going to put them in the oven for probably another 20 minutes, or until they're as golden, as crispy as you like them. We will check them. Okay, I'm going to be putting them in like this, directly into the oven, and there we go. Okay, so sweet potatoes are really kind of soft, so you have to be gentle when you're turning them over. And so I'll do that until they get a little softened, and then they're going to be following the French fries in the oven as well. And then I'll show you the finished product for both of these. I'm going to be putting the sweet potatoes in the oven after only about half the time it took the russet potatoes on the stovetop. So it's only going to be about 6 minutes that I have these, and they're already ready to put in the oven. I'm also going to be keeping these in the oven for up to 20 minutes, but I'm going to be checking them. And for both the russet potatoes, as well as the sweet potatoes, I will be stirring them in the oven about halfway through. I'm going to be stirring them around. Here's the finished product. What's great about these homemade fries, besides making your kitchen smell amazing, is that you don't have to worry about the oil that's being used when the fries are made, when you make them yourself. And also, you don't have to worry about cross-contamination. You don't have to worry about any foods being fried in the same oil. So I just wanted to show you how to make these, and I hope you enjoy them. And have no fear of your food. This much. Okay. No, don't do it yet. Ready? Okay, after these are spitting up a little bit, my oil was a little too hot. Stop.